Hello and welcome back. Long time no see. I was just looking at my videos and it's crazy to think that 2 years ago I made a video about COVID and here we are in 2022, still in COVID. So I thought, what a perfect time to sit down, have some coffee, and let's talk about some feelings. So I personally work in healthcare, and a lot of people that I know work in healthcare, but also a lot of people work in other fields that are still working and have worked through the whole pandemic, if you could still even call it that 2 years later. And burnout's a real thing that I don't think a lot of people recognize that is happening, or they're starting to get on that verge. And it's a scary place to get to, because once you're burnt out, you lose your passion. And I know I've talked about this before, but you really do lose your passion for what you're doing. And a lot of people will think that when you're burnt out, that one weekend away from it all will cure it. And it won't. Honestly, one day off, using that one PTO day, one weekend getaway isn't going to fix the burnout. Is it going to help? It definitely could, especially you get away with some friends, some family, a significant other, just anyone who's important to you. Yeah, it's definitely going to help. But is it going to fix your burnout completely? So when you do get burnout, you need to learn that it's okay to say no. I struggle with that myself. That's one of my biggest weaknesses in my profession. Hell, even in my life. If your plate is full, it's okay to say no. It's okay to say you can't do that. It's gonna be okay. And that's why it's so important to know who you are outside of what you do. And I know I mentioned that in a past video, but it's still relevant. I mean, you have to know who you are outside of what you do. Because if you don't, when you get burnt out, how are you going to find an outlet? How are you going to find something to do to help calm you down, to help de-stress you? Because let's be honest, you're always going to have problems, but you need to find a way to enjoy life while solving those problems. And know that it's okay to become unmotivated. It's okay to take a break from healing. It's okay to have a down day. All of those days are okay to have. And to piggyback off of that, everyone's allowed to feel how they want to feel about anything, about the pandemic, about their life. Everyone's allowed to feel how they want to feel. And you personally, everybody, you need to face how you feel. You can't just kind of course through life avoiding everything, avoiding your traumas, avoiding any hurt that you've had. You have to be able to face how you feel. And it's important to be able to sit down and think about it. Why am I feeling this way? Why did that hurt me? Why am I upset by this? Your feelings are valid, but it's also valid to know why you're hurt, and know that healing isn't linear. You're not just gonna be on a straight pattern all the way up. You're gonna have good days, you're gonna have bad days. It's gonna come in waves, and the good days are gonna be really good and the bad days are gonna be really bad. But please understand that people aren't just healing from relationship trauma. People are healing from hateful parents, from academic problems, from betrayal from friends. There's so many things out there that people are healing from and that they don't talk about. A lot of healing is processing and reprogramming the mind, but also trauma and pain can live deep down in the body, and healing the body is just as essential as healing the mind. And just know, you have the ability to change most situations if you change your reactions during the situation. Yeah, hear that again. Most situations you can change, but you have to change your reaction during the situation. But for the times you didn't allow the situation to be changed, you have to learn to forgive yourself for how you let other people treat you. It's in the past and you can't change that. So you gotta be able to forgive yourself. And vice versa. Honestly, not everyone owes you their forgiveness. Especially the people you hurt, they don't owe you their forgiveness. And it sucks. But the only thing you can do is just be better. Unfortunately, some bridges are going to be burned forever. You're always going to be the villain in someone's story. And there's always going to be somebody out there who doesn't like you. But, it's not your job to sit there and argue that you did say this, or you didn't say that, or you did do this, or you didn't do that. Honestly, you've hurt people. And people have hurt you. I've hurt people, and people have hurt me as well. And, some bridges are just burned. But those people don't owe me forgiveness. They don't owe me their time. They don't owe me closure. They don't owe me anything. We all did what we did. We all reacted how we reacted. And the only thing I can do is be better. Be a better me. Be a better me for everyone around me. But I will say, if you are healing from things and you want to talk to somebody, great. It doesn't have to be a therapist. It can be a friend. It can be family. It can be a significant other. It could be anybody. Hell, you could probably even talk to a stranger on the street if they were willing to listen. But, when you seek advice, just know that there's a difference between looking for advice and looking for a cosign. Yeah. There's a difference between looking for advice and looking for a cosign. If you know how you want to heal, or you're not ready to accept what you did to people or what people did to you, and you're just looking for someone to validate that, I would let people know that ahead of time. Don't go out saying you're looking for advice on how to heal if you're really just looking for a cosign, someone to validate your feelings, someone to sign off saying, yeah, you're right, you shouldn't heal from that yet. It's just important to know the difference, I think. But if you are looking for advice and want to get better and want to start that healing process, just know that I am proud of you. And if someone comes to you looking for advice, great. It's so important to have people in your life that you can reach out to and take advice from. But an important note is that in order to empathize with somebody, you have to be able to believe it as they see it. Right? You can't just imagine how they feel. You have to see it how they see it, feel it how they feel it. And I think that's hard for a lot of people. I think a lot of people really just listen to respond to people instead of listening to understand. And I think in order, to empathize with somebody, you have to be able to understand them. You have to try to see their point of view. So all in all, let's just better ourselves in 2022. Let's heal if we're ready to. Let's talk about things if we're ready to. And honestly, let's just let today be a good day.